buttercup, you're a Barbie doll. Show them all what I'm made of. Strut down the hall, won't stop till I get enough.
All right, so today we're going to do a deep dive into what can only be described as a Premier League shocker. Manchester United versus Bournemouth. We're going right to the source for this one, the Standard's live match report. And this wasn't just a win for Bournemouth. It was a complete and utter thrashing.
You know, it's funny you should say that because while Bournemouth might not be, a traditional powerhouse, it's not really an upset either. You know, they've kind of had United's number at Old Trafford. I mean, going back last season, even remember that? Same scoreline, same kind of stunned silence from the home crowd.
Yeah, it's like, deja vu, I guess, right? And this time it's even worse because, the result drops United all the way down to 13th. 9 points out of the top 4. This is the first time in over 30 years that they're facing Christmas in the bottom half of the table.
Oh, yeah. Not exactly the holiday cheer that Ruben Amorim, the United manager, was hoping for. Yeah. This puts them in a really tough spot. You know, the pressure's on to turn things around and quickly. But got to give credit where credit's due. Bournemouth are sitting pretty in 5th place right now. And Andoni Iraola is having a phenomenal season with them.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's break down exactly how Bournemouth pulled off this masterclass is the only word for it, I think. They didn't just eke out a win, they dominated this entire match. So Dean Huyson got the party started with a header, then Justin Kluivert steps up and converts a penalty kick. Yeah. Putting Bournemouth firmly in control at that point. And then just to add insult to injury, Antoine Semenyo seals the deal with Bournemouth's 3rd goal.
Yeah, and you could just see with every goal, United's defense just crumbled a little bit more. They just could not handle Bournemouth's dynamic attack. That high press from Bournemouth, it was relentless, just forcing United into mistake after mistake. It was like watching a boa constrictor, slowly squeezing the life out of its prey.
So, the atmosphere at Old Trafford must have been electric. Or maybe the word is shocking. The Standard uses the word sobering to describe the mood for Amorim. But the traveling Bournemouth supporters, they were in absolute ecstasy. They were painting Old Trafford red and black with their celebrations. Makes you wonder if home advantage even exists anymore.
Yeah, right. And what I think is so fascinating about all of this is how Bournemouth's tactical approach just completely exposed some fundamental weaknesses in United's setup. They just seem totally unprepared for the intensity and the precision of Bournemouth's attack.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, it's not like Manchester United just completely rolled over. They did have their chances. Ahmad, Højlund, Garnacho all came close to scoring. But each time they just couldn't find the back of the net.
And almost to add insult to injury, Bournemouth almost got a 4th. Kirkes came agonizingly close. You could just tell they smelled blood in the water at that point. They were hungry for more.
Yeah. And speaking of missing pieces, it's impossible to ignore the impact of Marcus Rashford's absence. He was sidelined for this match, which just adds another layer of frustration, I think, for United fans.
Yeah, right. Rashford's pace and creativity are just such crucial elements to their attack. And without him, United looked really predictable. And they just lacked that cutting edge that they needed to break through Bournemouth's defense.
Yeah.
It was rough. This match really makes you think about, the state of the Premier League this season. It's been a roller coaster, hasn't it? Teams that you'd expect to be dominating are struggling. And the underdogs are stepping up and, really shaking things up.
Yeah, it's true. It really feels like anyone can beat anyone on any given day. We're seeing these unexpected results week after week. And, it's making the league so much more exciting, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely. It's got everyone on the edge of their seats. This result against United, it could be a sign that, the balance of power is shifting. Or maybe it's just a blip, just a strange anomaly in an otherwise predictable season. It's still early days, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, for sure. So you mentioned a potential shift in power dynamics, but is it too early to declare the end of an era for teams like Manchester United? After all, they've been a dominant force in the Premier League for so long.
Yeah, that's a fair point. United has a rich history and a real knack for bouncing back. But this loss, it does highlight a certain vulnerability. The traditional powerhouses can't just rely on their reputation anymore, right? Yeah. They need to adapt. They need to evolve, or they risk being left behind.
And for teams like Bournemouth, this win is a massive confidence booster, I would say. It proves that they can compete with the big boys and come out on top.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Andoni Iraola deserves a ton of credit here for how he's transformed this team. The tactics that he employed against United, they were spot on.
I'm genuinely surprised by how easily Bournemouth controlled the game. What were some of the key tactical decisions that allowed them to dominate like that?
Well, one thing that really stood out to me was Bournemouth's high defensive line. They were just fearless in pushing up the pitch, catching United off guard, and winning the ball high up in really dangerous areas. And that created so many opportunities for quick counterattacks, which, as you saw, proved deadly. They were organized, disciplined, and just so clinical in their execution.
Yeah, it sounds like Iraola has found the perfect formula for success. It'll be interesting to see if they can maintain this momentum and make a serious push for a European spot.
Right. I mean, this win could be a springboard for them. But let's not forget about Manchester United either. I mean, they've got a lot of work to do if they want to salvage their season.
Yeah, some might say this loss exposes deeper problems within United, beyond just a bad day at the office. What do you think?
There's definitely a sense that this isn't just an isolated incident. The January transfer window is coming up, so they might look to strengthen the squad. But new players alone won't fix everything. They need to address those tactical issues we talked about. Find a system that gets the best out of their current players. Tighten up the defense and create more clear-cut scoring opportunities. It's a tall order, but it's not impossible.
Yeah, it all comes down to Ruben Amorim and his ability to steer the ship in the right direction. The pressure is on, and the fans will demand to see improvements. Another season of mediocrity just won't be tolerated. The next few matches are crucial. They need to start winning again, or they risk falling even further behind.
Yeah, it's a pivotal moment for both clubs, I think. Bournemouth has a chance to really build on this success and solidify their position as a top contender, while Manchester United faces a crucial test of their resilience and their ability to adapt. It's fascinating to see how it all unfolds.
I mean, this whole situation makes you think, are we seeing like a changing of the guard in the Premier League? Could this be the start of a new era where the old hierarchy is just, turned upside down?
I mean, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's what makes this season so captivating, I think. If Bournemouth can keep up this level of performance, I mean, they could become a real force to be reckoned with. They've shown that they have the talent, the tactics, and the belief to challenge anyone.
Yeah, it's exciting to see a team like Bournemouth shaking things up like this. They're playing with this kind of fearlessness and swagger that's just infectious. And you got to admire their manager, Andoni Iraola. I mean, he's got them playing a brand of football that's both effective and entertaining.
Yeah, he's definitely a manager to watch. He's taken a team that a lot of people had written off.
Yeah.
And turned them into genuine contenders. It's a testament to his tactical acumen, for sure.
Yeah.
And his ability to get the best out of his players.
Yeah, and who knows, maybe this humbling defeat is the wake-up call that Manchester United needed. Perhaps this will light a fire under them and spark a resurgence. Stranger things have happened in football, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. This league is full of surprises. Just when you think you've got it all figured out, something unexpected happens. And that's what keeps us coming back for more.
Well, this deep dive has been a roller coaster of emotions, for sure. From shock and disbelief to, I guess you could say, cautious optimism and just sheer excitement. It's been a fascinating journey exploring the nuances of this really unexpected result.
Yeah, we've analyzed the match, dissected the tactics, and considered, the wider implications for both teams and the league as a whole. And I think we can all agree that the Premier League is, more unpredictable and more compelling than ever.
So as we head into the holiday season, let's raise a glass to the beautiful game and all its glorious uncertainties.
Cheers to that.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll be back soon with another insightful exploration of the world around us.